I'm live. Let me set up my dashboard just a second here so that I can see the chat. And good morning, Sheena. Good to see you here. If you would like some help, go ahead and drop that in the chat, what you would like help with today, and you will be first up. I'm going to talk for a few minutes while I wait for people to gather. Glad to see you here. Ernest, good evening to you. Good morning here. While I kind of wait for people to gather here, now if you're coming onto the chat and would like some help today, some tapping help from me, go ahead and drop in the chat what you'd like help with. And I'll take, usually I have time to do about 4 here. So I'll take them in the order that they drop in. Sheena is up first. Now, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. And the first one is that there are just some really persistent issues with Facebook here in the group. This is a platform that doesn't belong to me. I can't fix these problems. It just is. And they're changing the way the view and the headers are, and it's happening almost every day. It's something new almost every day. And I'm getting lots of questions and comments in the group about I can't find this, I can't find that, and yeah, you can't. Sometimes we can't find it either. As a matter of fact, it's been, oh gosh, maybe just a few weeks ago, someone commented that there were no headers in the group. And I thought, what? And I went and looked, and there were no headers, none. There was literally no way to see anything except to scroll. Now, the thing that we are noticing is that the view is substantially different if you are here in the group from a cell phone as opposed to being here from a laptop. And I don't know why they're making it so much more difficult from a cell phone, but a lot of times if you will go to just photos in the group, you can view the live replays. Sometimes that's where they're showing up, and sometimes not. It just really, they used to have an announcements tab, and that has now changed to, they changed it first on cell phones, which we didn't know about, because I don't access the group from a cell phone. That is too little for me to work with. But they changed announcements to featured, so I'm not, and that happened first on cell phones, and now it's everywhere. So I'm trying to get the things moved around, and I have some help to do that, but I can't keep up with it. I think that a lot of people who run groups here are having trouble keeping up with it. And the other thing that is a problem with this is and especially if you're seeing this from a cell phone, is that when you go to look at the lives, you can't see any of the chat, and you can't see any of the copy that I put with each one of these that says what we worked with. And sometimes we can't see it from a laptop either. So it's frustrating. I get it. Again, this is a platform that does not belong to me. I don't have any control over it, and neither do you. Now, this is just another reminder of why I'm very soon going to be launching and announcing next week. I'm going to start to really talk about it next week, my new private group. Because it's going to have the library of all of these things, including the live Zooms. It won't be just Facebook Lives, but it'll be live Zooms. And there's an existing library that we've moved over there, and it will be on my membership site, on my website, where I get to call the shots. I'm not saying it'll be 100% without tech glitches, but we will get them worked out because I have a team to do that. So I'm a little tired of all of us being kind of a bit at the oh guys, this is tappable, a bit at the mercy of this giant platform that we are communicating on. So let me look down and see who I've got in the chat. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right, so Sheena is up first. Jenny, you are up second. Anyone else who is watching this, if you're watching this live and would like some help, this is your chance. This is your chance. Please drop it in the chat what you'd like some help with, because I'm here for you. I have basically a full hour. I can usually do about 4, and I've got 2 up already. So, and if that doesn't feel good to you, if you don't want to ask in the chat, that's fine. You don't have to. But do tap along with all of us. Now, everyone who is on this call, we're gonna put our energetic seatbelt on here in just a minute. But when you're on this call, either live or in replay, I want you to tap along with everything on this call, everything that we're doing. And the reason for that is that there's a thing called borrowing benefits. And this is actually a technical EFT term. I don't like the name, but what it means is that when you tap for someone else's issue, you receive a surprise benefit. Always. And they usually just leave it at that. But I want to tell you why I see that happens. Humans are connected in some ways that we can't even begin to understand. And we're finding more and more connection every day. And they're finding it scientifically, we're feeling it energetically. But the big thing is that all of us humans come equipped with exactly the same set of emotions. We all experience fear and anger and joy and love and grief and sadness and all of those things, every single one of us. So you already know me and you've done some work with me either in one of my YouTube videos or on here. You know that when we're working with a physical issue, we are tapping, we're making the connection between that physical thing and the emotional things that are hanging out underneath it. So when we're tapping on someone else's knee pain and letting go of those emotions, you all of a sudden may find that your neck is not stiff anymore, or that your anxiety level is lower, or any number of cool things, because we're working with emotions and we've all got the same ones. So I hope that's a clear explanation for you. And let me see, check the chat one more time. Okay, and Basima, you are third up. Okay, so that's 3. Those are all big things. I'll look at that on the list for you too. All right, so Sheena first. Let's get our energetic seatbelt on. Gosh, and just bear with me. Again, Facebook has made a big change to how I can see the comments in this group. I have to scroll down to look at them instead of just being able to see them right here on the side. It's no longer convenient, and I'm wasting an awful lot of time scrolling, which I'm not crazy about. My new group, where we will be seeing each other and hearing each other every meeting, 4.5 hours a month with me, live on Zoom. Every time we meet, I'm going to be able to see and hear you guys. I've really missed that. Again, that announcement is coming soon, next week. Okay, so yeah, I don't like having to scroll here, but I can do it. All right, let me get a drink of water. And everybody, let's put our energetic seatbelt on, because I did have a member write in that we were doing some tapping one day and she said the energy just knocked her over. She had to go lie down. Well, we don't want that. We are moving a great deal of energy. When we begin shifting big emotional states in here, sometimes it can knock you over. Many, many, many people in this group are empaths. And the way I would define an empath is, are you really affected by other people's feelings and emotions? I think many more people are empaths, very, very much empathic than what we guess. As a matter of fact, all humans are empaths to a certain degree. some more than others. But if it's very finely developed in you, you probably were born with it. It may become increasingly more as you grow older, and you can feel what's called empathic overwhelm because all of those feelings that you are, oh, okay, which brings me, okay, I have a cool thing for Sheena. The very first thing's coming up here. All right, so our seatbelts. Sorry, I got distracted by that. I get excited when I do these. So let's put our seatbelt on. I'm really glad to be here today. And because I am choosing to engage with the energy of all of this work, I understand it's going to flow through me and around me too. And I allow this to occur for my highest and greatest good, for the highest and greatest good of us all, and with absolutely no harmful side effect to my mind, body, or spirit. I allow this flow to be easily and effortlessly integrated because I completely love and accept myself. Okay, good. All right, so first up today for Sheena. Okay, and Bronca, you're the fourth up for back pain. Okay, so it'll be Sheena, Jenny, Basima, and Bronca. And that's all the tapping we'll have time for today. I'll get through all four of you. Good. Thank you for being brave and asking for what you want in the group here. Okay, so for Sheena, some work for dizziness, off balance would be great. This morning, anxiety is not good today too. Okay, now words are powerful things. And when you say anxiety isn't good, that indicates to me that you regard anxiety as some way being a constant state for you. And that anxiety that you own, some days is having a good day and some days it isn't. So let's, I can see, I think, what needs to happen with this without having you go in and look at it. And we've got some others that we will need to have them look at it. So if you would, just in your mind, Sheena, give the dizziness that you're experiencing, give that a number between 0 and 10, what you're feeling right now, and also give anxiety a level. Just those two levels, dizziness and anxiety, give them a level, assign each of those things a number. And you don't have to put it in here right now. We'll do it after we tap, and you can see how we've been able to maybe affect that. Because I was talking about empathic overwhelm for a reason. For you, I think. Got to get a drink of water here. Okay, so just give me a minute to connect here with this. Okay. I am both dizzy and anxious today. And it doesn't feel good. But I choose to be okay anyway. I've got all this dizziness. Anxiety may be triggering it because I am overwhelmed. But I choose to be okay anyway. And I'm here tapping. And I completely love, and accept myself. And I honor all the reasons that I may be feeling overwhelmed. I am profoundly affected and influenced by the emotions and feelings of the people around me. And because there are so many things happening in the world right now, I've become even more sensitive. And it's making me feel overwhelmed. People are telling me what I can and can't do. Which makes me feel restricted. And they're trying to push me in directions that I may not want to go. And that really makes me mad. I give myself permission to see that underneath the anger, there's just a bunch of fear. I wonder if it's possible that all of this fear may not even belong to me. Because I understand that anger can't exist as a separate emotion without fear underneath it to hold it up and support it. So now that I understand it's really fear, and not all mine, I give myself permission to look at all the places in my life where I'm around people who are actually frightened. And it's making me dizzy. Because these feel like endless loops of fear. Fear and anger, anger and fear. I allow myself to let go of the need to engage in this loop. And to recognize it for what it is. It's a distraction from the love that I am. That we all are. And now that I'm seeing that, it's safe to let go of fear. Safe to let go of dizziness. Safe to let go of anxiety. I choose to allow the flow of love in my life to be more powerful than anything else. Peace. Okay. All right, Jenny, and now, not Jenny, sorry, Sheena, thinking ahead here. Go ahead and drop in the chat what your numbers were before and after, and let everybody know because I like to show clear, measurable results in these, and let us know how that landed for you if you would. All right, let me move down to, hello, Tony. Okay, good to see you here, as always, my dear. All right, so Jenny, you are next up. Okay, we're having it. Jenny says that she is having a major flare-up of arthritis and wondering if you need to find the core issue. Looking forward to speaking to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry we can't really talk on here. It's not as interactive as I would have liked. Okay. Now Sheena is, okay, Sheena, please put your numbers before and after in here. She says, thank you, what a release. I sobbed through the whole thing. Okay, well done, Sheena. Really well done. Please put your, okay, dizziness was a 5, anxiety was a 6, both are now a 3. Okay, good. Well done. And I would recommend coming back to this particular live, just make note of the date, and doing this tapping again, because it's a lot of these things going on in our world right now are serving to distract us from our work, from our wholeness. My job is to keep that from happening and keep steering us back a little at a time. All right, Jenny. Major arthritis flare. Okay, Jenny. I want you to, I'm not sure where in your body this is turning up. This, when I glance at you, it kind of looks like this is lower body, like almost everything from the waist down, which is interesting. But I want you to, and everybody do this with us, this is for Jenny. I want you to close your eyes, take a big breath in through your nose, hold it, and blow it out. Okay, Jenny, now just gently moving into the inside of your body. I want you to just use your imagination here, because I know you've got a good one. And just remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Whatever you see is perfectly appropriate for you. Just do this easily and gently. I want you to move inside your body and look at the area of greatest pain. And that may not be where you're having the physical pain now. Since I am looking at this simultaneously with you, I see a big accumulation of this in your heart, and actually a big crack right through the middle of it. I don't know how that's significant for you, but just look around in there at the area where you see the greatest pain. Just appreciate how it looks. It may be a color, shape, or texture. Just really get a feel for it. Now I want you to ask that pain, okay, what does it need to feel better? What does it need to feel better? First thing that comes to mind is going to be appropriate. You may hear or see a word or words, a sentence. You may see a picture of something. First thing that comes to mind is going to be correct. No judgment with this. It may not even make sense to you. But just appreciate what it's saying. Because pain is an information system in our bodies, trying to communicate with us at all times. Okay, now tell that area where you're seeing the greatest pain that we're going to give it some help. And take a big breath. And open your eyes. All right, now, Jenny, go ahead, if you would, and drop in the chat. Okay, lower. Oh my gosh. Jenny says lower back left side. Okay, now drop in the chat what it needs to feel better, Jenny, if you would. And Irma is on here making a truly, it's actually very appropriate. She says, you're the border collie for souls. Yeah, kind of. It's like I'm an energetic border collie. When we're getting distracted by all of these other things that, I think that it's very easy to be distracted by the news or by the need to do this thing or that thing or by what we can do or what we can't do. And it gets to be this endless loop. And it is a distraction. I am a border collie. I am here to shepherd you and herd you a little bit back to what matters, back to the important thing. Because the better you feel individually, the more helpful you will be in your life and in the world. Because that okayness radiates out. What helps one helps us all. So yeah, Jenny, if you would drop in here, it says lower back left side, what does it need to feel better? What did you see that it needs to feel better? Just drop that in the chat. Gotta hope my chat's still scrolling here. I love that. Thank you, Irma. You are a sweetheart. That is, Jenny says, I used to have a border collie, loved him beyond life. Okay, that's good. But we need to know what you saw. What does that area of your body, the lower back left side, what does that area need to feel better? Please drop that in the chat, and then we're going to do some work. I'll give you just a few seconds here. If you would write in there and drop that in the chat. I'm going to drink a little. Actually, I have some tea here. Border Collies are amazing dogs. I don't have a dog. I don't think I'm going to have a dog again. I have two cats, Rosie and Tia, that are, they're one. I'm actually going to, oh gosh. I apologize for this. We're waiting for Jenny to put this in here. I can't believe I'm having to do this, but it's getting ready to storm and there's lightning. And Rosie is on the balcony. So give me just a second here. I've got to let my cat in so she doesn't get wet. I'll be back in about, 3 seconds. Here I go. Hey, Rosie cat, come in. You go, sweet girl. Oh, there we go. I totally apologize for that. She loves to be out on the balcony and spends a lot of her days out there in the sun and just where it's warm. But we've got a big storm rolling in. I'm facing the east, facing the Atlantic, and there's a lot of lightning. There's some thunder. You guys may hear it. All right, Jenny. So she says that I need to focus on my life and stop worrying about what my daughter is doing to me right now. Oh, okay. 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 All right, now Jenny, I want you to make a note of your pain level between 0 and 10, pain and stiffness. You don't need to drop it in the chat, just note the level, make a mental note of it between 0 and 10, where you are. Looks to me like you might be as high as a 7. It's pretty high for you. And then afterward, you can put your number and the new number. Okay, if this is a thing to do with your daughter, that would absolutely explain seeing your heart with the big crack in it. That's pretty vivid imagery. So, yeah. And left side is also female. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. even though I've got all this pain. It's all on the left, my female side, the side that connects me to my daughter. I choose to be okay anyway. Even though I'm in a lot of pain. I have arthritis. I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting my perspective on this. Because I also do love and accept my daughter. My daughter's doing things to me that are breaking my heart. It makes me angry. And because I've got all that anger, it's showing up as an arthritis flare in my body. Give myself, it's interesting, it's going to be very similar to what we just did. I give myself permission to understand that all this anger that I've got going on had this a long time. This is not new. This doesn't look like this is anything for you. Anger can't exist without fear underneath it. And I am so afraid of all the feelings and emotions around this hurtful thing with my daughter. That I simply couldn't acknowledge them. It was too much. Because I'm really afraid of a couple of things. I'm afraid that she doesn't really love me. And we've both said hurtful things to each other. The other thing I'm afraid of is that this is my fault. And I'm not sure how it would be my fault, but I have a lot of guilt over it. Because I didn't know how to deal with all this fear and all this guilt. And she's said and done things that were completely unacceptable. I may have been perfectly justified in being fearful and angry over those things. But I can't get scared or angry enough to get her to take that back. So I just held on to it. I wonder if it's possible that I could let go of all this anger that's making me sick. and look at the fear underneath it. That keeps me from saying I love you to people. And the first person I need to say I love you to is myself. Because I haven't been loving myself. I now give permission to all this pain to leave as I begin to reestablish and allow the flow of love in my life in whatever form that needs to take. That makes it easy to let go of the pain, easy to let go of the anger. I remind myself that the opposite of fear is not courage. The opposite of fear is love. And I choose love now. Because I completely love and accept myself. I deserve it. Peace. Okay. That felt pretty good from this side. All right. If you will, Jenny, go ahead and drop how that landed for you and what your numbers were both before we tapped and after we worked. Drop that in the chat so that we can demonstrate clear, measurable results in these. I like to do that because that is a thing that really gives people hope. And I want to just say here for a moment before we move on to the next one. Let's see, next up is, who's next here? Basima, okay. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. All right, Basima, gosh, I apologize if I am not pronouncing your name correctly. If we could hear each other, there wouldn't be that problem. Okay, so Basima, you're next up for multiple sclerosis, and then Bronca is last tapping of the day for back pain. And it's been a while since I looked at multiple sclerosis. I'm going to just quickly look on the list here because I'm curious what's underneath there, and then we're going to go look at it for you. And yeah, Bronca, don't worry, we may run a little bit over 11, but I'm definitely going to get to your back pain today. Oh, let's see here. MS. If I can read. Okay, now this is interesting. As I said, I deliberately don't memorize the things on the list. I've just worked with these for a long time, but I haven't worked with MS for a while. Okay, multiple sclerosis, unwilling to be flexible, unreceptive to new ideas, hard on the self, blames the self, incorrect use of will, unforgiving of the self or others, and lack of communication with others. So probably there are at least 2 or 3 of those, maybe all of those will resonate with you. And we're going to check in with you here in just a moment. Jenny says, that was really beautiful, but my speakers are not working well, so I missed a bit. Started at a 6 and now a 5. You are amazing. Okay, well done. Jenny, stay on the call and continue tapping along with everybody. She says, I'll go over it again after I connect to my Boise. I think she means Bose speaker. Thank you so much. Okay, good. All right, so Basima. Just tune in here. Okay. All right, everybody, let's do this together. So Basima, I want you to close your eyes Take a big breath in through your nose. Hold it and blow it out. Good. Now I want you to move inside your body and see. I'm getting an immediate picture here. Interesting. Move inside your body where you see multiple sclerosis. Now, you may see it all over, but I'm guessing you're going to see this in one particular spot. And this is really, I'm getting a really interesting visual. I see this located in your head, and I see a big chain with a big padlock wrapped several times all the way around your head, which is really interesting. All right, so you may be seeing it somewhere else other than your head. Gosh, that is really vivid. All right, wherever you're seeing this in your body, I want you to look at it and just appreciate gently using your imagination. There's no way to do this wrong. You're the one who lives in that body. And I want you to see if it's a color or a shape or a texture. Just get in touch with it a little bit. And now asking that particular area where you see multiple sclerosis, maybe a lot of places, but ask it what it needs to feel better. What does it need to feel better? First thing that comes to mind, it may be a picture, it may be a word or a sentence. First thing that comes to mind is going to be appropriate for you. Now I want you to tell that area that we're going to do some tapping and give it some help. It's going to feel better here in just a minute. And take a breath and open your eyes. That was a pretty vivid thing to see, that big chain around your head. Did that make any sense to you? Sometimes I see stuff and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, so we'll see. Gonna get a drink of water here. I'm just gonna say, while we're doing this type of work, we are using and managing the electrical charge that flows through our bodies because we are electrical in nature, and water is what carries this charge and allows it to flow freely. If you are ever, I even have a whole video on this, the importance of water. If you ever are tapping and not get with me or even on your own and you're not getting an immediate result, stop what you're doing, go drink about 4 to 6 ounces of water, just, a little bit of water, and then come back and try it again. And I think you'll see an immediate change. Water is very important. So drop in the chat what that needs to feel better, if you would. Drop in the chat, and also I want you to just make a mental note of the number that you feel for MS right now. And there are a lot of things. It may be pain, stiffness, tingling. There are a lot of things, but just kind of assign a number to it if you would, so we can show a result, because other people who have MS, multiple sclerosis, may watch this, and let's quantify it if you would, Basma. So drop in the chat, what does it need to feel better? What did you need to feel better? And then we'll tap, and then you can go in and put your numbers before and after. Rob, hi, it's good to see you here today, but I already have 4 up. You're arriving a little too late to the call for me to do any work with you today. You should try and be on for the next week if you can. Arthritis, fatigue, and tinnitus. The unholy trinity of my being. Okay. That's an interesting way of describing yourself. When I do think that all of us are holy in every way. Do some tapping with us, Rob. I think you'll be surprised at how much relief you're going to feel, and I would come back and watch this from the beginning in its entirety and tap along with all of it, because all humans are equipped with the same set of emotions. There are a couple of books. Tony's asking what's the name of the book again, and the book that my favorite is called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. Feelings Buried Alive Never Die by Carol Truman, and it's Karol Truman, Truman. I believe it's still in print. You can even get this as a phone app. It's $5 US, and it's wonderful. You can have the whole app and the list and everything on your phone. Okay, now Basma says, my legs I can't control and my walk weak. Okay, I get that, but Basma, I need you to tell us what, because I don't want to run out of time here. What do you need to feel better? What did you see in the visualization? I'll give that just a little bit here, and then we're going to have to move in and tap. And I'll just kind of roll with it, because I think I have some pretty good ideas with it. Okay, I overwhelm and feel overwhelmed and afraid. Okay, that's not, that's, okay. Let's just, just make a note, Basma, of your number. And let's see if we can give you some help here. My legs are weak and I have trouble walking, but I choose to be okay anyway. Even though I have multiple sclerosis. I have a diagnosis. I choose to be okay anyway. Even though I'm really afraid and overwhelmed, I completely love and accept myself. And I honor all the reasons this may be showing up for me in my life. I can't stand or walk very well. My legs won't support me. Just a second here. I'm fearful and overwhelmed. And I've been those things for an awful lot of years. I give myself permission to see all the places in my life where I'm not allowed to think my own thoughts. Other people try to control me. And it scares me when that happens. I give myself permission to understand that in fact, the only thing I actually have control of in this life are my thoughts. I can always change my mind. Even though I may be afraid that changing my mind in some way puts me at risk. I don't necessarily have to talk about it. Nobody can read my mind. It belongs to me. I give myself permission to allow my thoughts to be flexible and to understand that my thoughts belong to me. I let go of the need to convince anybody else or to talk about my thoughts. I can be in charge. I can support myself with my thoughts. It's safe for me to allow my thoughts to be flexible. It's safe for me to feel better. Because I do completely love and accept myself. I allow my thoughts to relax. It's safe to let go of all this fear. Safe to let go of the overwhelm. It's safe for me to begin to appreciate the enormous strength and power of my mind. I allow that strength and power to flow into my legs because I can support myself. It's safe for me to feel supported because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay. Now that was kind of an interesting round. I kind of just, hair's moving around. I kind of just rolled through what I was seeing come up with this. So Basma, if you would drop in the chat, I don't think I've worked with anybody on one of these lives in here that I can recall who had multiple sclerosis before. So let us know, please, how that landed and what your number was before and after. And I'm getting a cool visual. Bronca, you're next up for back pain, and then that's the last tapping of the day. I see now, I saw chains around your head. I now see that there is a key in that lock. And you're the one who has control over that key in the lock to take the chains off your head, off your mind. I don't know if this makes sense to you or not. It's just what I see. So, let us know how that landed. Oh, Rob, you don't need to apologize for being late, Rob. It's okay. Everybody gets here at exactly the right time. Always. Always. So, Basma, if you'll drop in the chat what your number was before and after, and how did that round of tapping land for you, and we're going to move on to Bronca for lower back pain. We got to scroll to see again here. Bronca. There we go. Back pain. Oh, I wonder if it is lower back pain. All right, Bronca, you are on. Let's let's go in. Everybody do this together. Get another drink of water here. Thirsty. Okay. Basima says afraid, and from an 8 to a 3. Her level dropped from an 8 to a 3. Well done. She said, I feel very sad, and in the same time, I am smiling. Okay, good. Come back and do this again. The key is in the lock, and it belongs to you. I feel something move in my legs. Good. You might stand up and try walking around a bit and let us know how that is. So, Bronca, last tapping of the day. Everybody stay here with us. I don't see what part of your back this is in. Gosh, I'm so looking forward to my new group. Again, I'll be announcing that in here next week. We're going to be able to see and hear each other on those calls in that new group. We're going to be on Zoom. It is going to rock. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, so this may be maybe not. All right, so Bronca, I want to get the right part of your back. So let's go have a look here. All right, if you would, close your eyes. Everybody do this for Bronca. Take a breath into your nose, hold it, blow it out. Okay, good. All right, now moving into that area of your back, just look at it from the inside, Bronca. And some people have a little trouble with guided visualization, but just use your imagination. You are not making it up. I think God gave us our imagination for some very, very good and useful reasons. So just go have a look at that part of your back where you're feeling the pain. Interesting. And just appreciate if it's a color or a shape or a texture. And now just gently, I am seeing the weirdest thing here. I see a train. You just look at it a second here. Okay. All right, it's a train. I see a train, and in each of the cars is a different emotion. And the pain in your back is the train that carries all of these things. It's cool and interesting. Now ask that part of your back what one thing it needs to feel better right now. First thing that comes to mind. Tell it we're going to give it some help and take a breath. And open your eyes. Now, Bronca, I want you to do a couple things. I want you to make a note of where your pain level is in your back right now, between 0 and 10. And give that a number just in your mind. But drop in the chat what that part, where in your back that hurts, where's your pain, and what did it need to feel better? What one thing does it need to feel better? First, whatever you saw there, what does it need to feel better? And that the train imagery is really interesting. We're going to do that in the tapping right after I get a drink of water here. Actually, I think I'll have tea. Just waiting for Bronca, last tapping of the day, to put that in for back pain. don't see Bronca in here. Okay, Bronca, if I see an interesting thing for you, but it occurs to me that you may not have stayed on the call. If you're on the call and just did that visualization, I need you to pop in the chat if you would. Okay, middle, lower back, freedom, like get out of my back. Okay, good, good girl. All right. Yeah, it kept looking middle to me. Most of the people who come in have lower, but good. Okay, good. Yes, you are here. And I'm here with you, and we're all here with you to help you. All right, and just remember, you gave it a number. You don't need to put that in the chat yet. Scroll back up here. Gosh, I hate having the chat clear down there where I can't see it. It's so much more useful beside. Okay, I've got all this pain in the middle of my back. But I choose to be okay anyway. Because I am. I'm tapping. Even though I've got all this pain in the middle of my back. Oh, come on, chat. It's not scrolling. I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting this pain now. Because I completely love and accept myself. And I love my back. My back has supported me my entire life. And it's done a really good job of it. But now I've got all this pain right in the middle of it. And it's a little bit lower than that too. I allow myself gently and with no sense of judgment to see clearly the situation, the relationship that made me want that person to get off my back, to get out, to give me my freedom. And because I may have more than one relationship that isn't very fun, that is unpleasant, that is painful, where I don't feel like I can stand up for myself. I'm open to the possibility that the pain in my back is me being afraid that I'm never going to be free. I give myself permission to understand that I am a powerful, eternal being. that I have the ability to change my mind. I allow myself to see the train that runs through my back, and in every car on that train is a different emotion. There's anger, there's fear, there's feeling like I'm a prisoner. And they're all riding on the train of pain. It's safe to let go of the pain as long as I agree to start looking at the emotions. And to understand that I'm in charge of what I think. And that I can stand up for myself. It doesn't mean I have to yell at someone. I can do it very quietly. Now that I'm releasing the pain from my back, I choose to fill my back with loving support. And the knowledge that freedom is my birthright. It's safe for me to feel better now because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Oh, made my nose itch. All right, Bronca, if you would, we're not going to have time to do any integration today, but Bronca, if you would drop in the chat how that landed for you and what your number was before and also after. Let me know if I was on target there with that. And Basima, you went from an 8 to a 3 and said you felt something moving in your legs. That was a good bit of tapping. It's interesting how all of these things, different ailments and issues, and they've had some common threads. Okay. Jenny says that was amazing with Bronca. Yes. Good for, and Jean Maury is here. She said, that was good for me. I borrowed benefits with the back pain. Yay, yes, good. Yes, wonderful. Jean hadn't asked for help on here. I think she's been on before, but she was watching and feeling better. So you can too. So Bronca, let us know how that landed. What was your number before and after? And everybody who had numbers before and after before, if your number has dropped even further, go ahead and drop that in the chat. When we quantify things numerically that way, it provides people a way to go, wow, this person got better. They feel better just from this little bit of work, and that makes them feel hope. And that's a very powerful thing that you can provide by showing up with me and doing this work together. She said it was a 6 and now it's a 2 or 3. Really helpful and calming. I agree, it was amazing. Okay, good. Well done. Good drop. All right, so Basima, I will come back and look at the chat even after the live is over. If you're, let us know how your legs are feeling, because you said you felt movement in your legs, and that's a good thing. Hope, yes, absolutely. All of you have every reason to feel hope. Every reason. Me too, wonderful. Okay, good. All right. Thank you so much for doing this work with me today. All of us together, we are creating some really great things in the world for ourselves, and it radiates out to others. So I will see you again soon, and thank you. Thank you for doing this with me. And from my heart to yours, much love. Bye all.